For this project, I will be using this 8x10 picture frames, and I chose this kind of antique gold finish. They come in different finishes or styles, so choose whatever suits your home decor. So 5 of the frames I will be removing the inserts and the backing, and I am going to be leaving the glasses on. But first I am just going to build up from the bottom part of it. So this is going to be the base or the bottom part, and I'm just loosening the metal enclosures, and I am going to be flipping over the insert or this picture, and so that the white part will be the one that's on the top. And then I'm going to be removing the stand from the backing, also flipping it over so that the bottom part will not be scratching the top of my table or any surface where I'm going to be putting it on because of the sharp objects. Then I am reinforcing with hot glue the metal enclosures to keep them in place. Next, I am removing the metal enclosures of my 4 frames that I'm going to be using on the sides. So just going to be removing using my pliers, like so. It's just easy. So it's my advice to you, you remove it while the inserts or the backings are there, instead of removing them after you remove the inserts, so that you do not break or damage the glass. After I remove all the metals, I'm removing all the enclosures and the backing, and then I am applying hot glue to connect or to ensure that I am securing the glass in place. So I'm just doing it at the perimeter, making sure that all 4 corners are sealed with glue, and then just applying hot glue to the perimeters to keep them in place. After I prepared my 4 walls, I am going to go ahead and attach them to the base or the bottom frame. First, this frame that I am going to be connecting on the long side or horizontally. So I suggest using E6000 or any commercial grade or stronghold glue, and then mixing it with your hot glue. So in the interest of time and for demonstration purposes, I am just using hot glue on this video, on this tutorial. But then you can go ahead and mix it with the stronger hold glue. I'm going to go ahead and add more glue to the seams. And if you're like me, you're working alone and you need some support or an extra pair of hands, you can use something heavy. I'm using this ceramic camper, and I like that this has helped me through some DIYs, and it's just like a second pair of hands. As you can see, I'm adding more glue to the seams to keep it sturdier and reinforce the connection. I'm putting this frame on top of the other frame at the bottom. So this one will be taller. So you notice I am not going to be hot gluing this on the outer part of the bottom frame. I am going to let it sit on the shorter frame of the bottom frame. And the reason why I'm doing this is because there will be gaps if I will be connecting outside or on the side of the bottom frame instead of on top of the bottom frame. I'm going to go ahead and add my 3rd wall, so that's the one that's going to be parallel to the one that I connected first. For my rooftops, I'm going to be using these two 8x10 frames, and what I've done with them, I removed all the metal enclosures as well as the inserts, the backings, as well as the glasses. And in order to hold them up, I would need these zip ties to support these frames. So I'm going to go ahead and sit the bottom of each of my frames to the taller sides of my terrarium, so that I will have this tall or pitch roof, and I can put in a taller plant, whether it is fake or real plants. I will have enough space. So I am just going to be applying a generous amount of glue here, and then I'm just going to be sitting one of the frames that create the roofs and put it at an angle. So keep in mind, it's not going to be straight, it's going to be at an angle, so it's going to be a little tricky. And that's why I needed those two zip ties to kind of hold my frames together so that they don't collapse or fall. I am going to go ahead and add glue to this other side. I'm just trying to be as careful as I can here. Again, you have to put E6000 to keep it sturdier and more secure. Next, I am going to carefully adjust the top of my roof, and then making sure that I align the two so that I can create a tall roof, a tall pitch roof. And I'm just going to be cutting my zip ties. And then I am going to be applying hot glue on the top of this frame here to connect to the other frame. And here it is. I'm showing you a different angle here so that you can see the sides. So I'm adding more glue anywhere I think I need to reinforce with more glue. I really want this to be a stable lantern slash terrarium. So even the corners, any seams, any gaps that I see, I put on more glue. And then of course got to remove all these webs because I had to put more glue underneath also to make sure that they are connected well. Now you're probably wondering why I decided that I'd place two frames horizontal while the other two taller or vertically. I wanted them uneven because I needed the space to put in bigger plants, whether they're fake or real, like I said earlier. So let me just demonstrate it here with this flocked fake tree that I got at Target Dollar Spot. It would be more difficult to put it from the rooftop even though it's open, so I placed it here where I have more space or clearance. So because it's a terrarium, I wanted to use it also for live plants, allowing them more clearance to grow. But right now I'm just using this fake tree or flock tree that I got at Target Dollar Spot, and it's the perfect height. I have more clearance on the top and on the sides as well. And since I have big arms and hands, I really needed the space. But if you want them all the same height, go ahead and put them all in the vertical tall ones so that you can have better coverage on the front and back. And then what you can do is you can just cut a foam core board, just double them up for the bottom. But I can tell you already that if you water them, then you will wet the foam board. That is the reason why I wanted it glass, so that even if I kind of water the plant and the water kind of goes off the vase or the pot, it will not damage the bottom because it's made of glass. And now for the fun part, I am going to go ahead and decorate my terrarium. So I'm going to be adding some trimmings or decorations. I am going to be using this Dollar Tree silver and gold berries, and also the silver and gold birds, and I'll be embellishing this terrarium as well as the tree itself. So I'm going to be combining the gold and silver and put them on each corner or each end of my terrarium, so that at least, even though the height's not even, it will kind of fill in the void. I'm just going to go in fast motion here because I'm just adding embellishments. So here I've decided to add this string lights from On For You. This is something that you can plug into a wall socket, but you gotta use an adapter. So I'll be using one of my cell phone's adapters, and then I am just going to be plugging it to the wall. What's good about this one is it has a remote control, and it comes in different colors. I believe there are 4 or 5 colors that you can choose from. So this is how I'm just going to do it. I'll just kind of wind it around in all of these branches so that I will have a good lighting effect. But to do that, so that I will know where to position them, I just plugged it in. So as you can see, I've been testing the colors from red to green to blue, and then here it is like yellow or orange gold. So I'm just tying it up here. So if you are interested in this type of light that you can use in either big trees or small trees or in any place in your home, it doesn't have to be a tree or a plant. You can actually put this on your mantle, put it on top of your mirror just to embellish it, or your headboard. It's nice that it is remote controlled and you don't need batteries. So I'll put in the description box below the link to this product. So keep in mind, since I have this glass enclosure, I want to wrap this really around, and since I have a lot of lights here, I'm going to go ahead and cover each of the branches as much as I can. So I think I've pretty much covered it up, and then I'm going to put it back into my terrarium. So I just want to show it to you that yes, you can enter it from the roof, but then you need your hand here inside, at least for me. And voila, I like how it looks like, and I will show it to you in the dark. I do love the colors. I think I'm gonna go try, of course, a traditional glow of this kind of yellowish color. Okay, so this is how it looks like. I placed my tree inside a small ceramic vase. It's my blue and white pot, and I love it. It's the perfect size. And also I have this white doily from Dollar Tree that I put underneath the pot to cover or camouflage the lights, because this string is so long that I have extras, so I like to put them underneath so that there will be some glow. So I covered them with this doily. And then I'm using the remote control. This is the off and the on buttons. And then there are different colors here, as you could see. There's red, there's green, and there's yellow, and also some light green or lime green and yellow here. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of check this out, because I think I can even do flash, strobe, as well as fade. And I didn't try it in this video, but I was just pressing because I just wanted it solid color. And then there's this white here, which is kind of like a lighter shade of blue. It's cool white, so it's kind of like blue. And I really like how this turned out. So I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please share to anyone who may be interested in creating something similar. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. And please don't forget to click that notification bell icon so that you will not miss any of my new uploads. I hope you all are having a great day, and I'll talk to you again on my next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.